Bands and dubs.
What's happening, people? It's the homies, Mr. 400. I got my homie, Mr. Dub. You know what I'm saying?
P Dub in the building.
Dubbins, DUB. Straight off the rip, man. We gonna say welcome home to the homie, man. Hold up, man. I gotta put the drawing up for the homie, man. Welcome home to the homie. Fifth, man. You know what I'm
Welcome
saying?
home, my guy. This did a 2-year bid.
You know what I'm saying? Family.
You already know they finally let him go.
So tell me about when you went to go scoop him and shit. Like, give me that experience. Like, give me that rundown.
It
Like, how
was
was that?
great, you know what I'm saying? Went down and knew where he was gonna be at, so brothers linked up. And went and got him, you know what I mean? It was a great feeling because, you get that feeling of excitement. Your homie's back home. You see
Right.
what I'm saying? You ain't seen him for a minute, so it was a great feeling, you know what I mean, just to see the reaction on his face of,
He was
you know
probably
what I'm
mad
saying? He
hype.
was buying hype, you know what I mean? We just glad to have him home, have him back, you know what I'm saying? Out of the hands of the law.
Yo, did he get hold up. Straight up. Did he get a little stocky though?
You can tell he got like, a little bit
He was
more
doing his
chisel.
push-ups.
You couldn't really see because he had you know what I'm saying, he had the winter gear on, but you could tell that he looking a little more chiseled than before, you know what I mean?
Yeah, man, cause the homie Cash, he in there right now and shit too. And homie, he definitely looking like, you know what I'm saying? He
Yeah,
doing some push-ups and ish, you feel me?
yeah. And some guys go in there and they focus on just
Trying to get hella
trying to
swole and
get
shit.
hella swole, you know what I'm saying? And you already know my homie already 6'4",
That's what I'm saying. He was already tall, so
two something,
if
you
he
know what I'm
put some
saying?
weight on, you feel me? That's yeah.
You
He fuck
know,
around get a security
long
job around here.
arms,
You
so
feel me? Hell yeah. Had to
but
put him to work.
yeah,
Pull up to the
homie's back. You
events.
see what I'm saying? It
You know what
feels
I'm
good.
saying?
My nigga 50 back,
So
full
hold up.
effect.
The homie, damn, so you say he at the little halfway joint now.
Yeah,
How long he got in that motherfucker?
shit. So I guess they split his John. So he probably got like another, probably like a year and a half and some change, maybe. I
Shit,
gotta
man.
find out all the details, but
He
you know what I'm saying.
he
You
touched.
could, yeah.
He touched down, man.
You ain't in the pen,
That's freaking beautiful, bro. Cause it ain't
beautiful,
no guarantee to make it out that motherfucker once you in that motherfucker.
right?
You know what I'm saying? You can go in that motherfucker for something, you know what I'm saying, for one thing, thinking it's gonna be a short time and then have to handle some shit and then have a longer, you know what I'm saying, sentence. So that's a uh that's a blessing for real. You know what
Yeah,
I'm
facts,
saying?
facts, facts. Definitely a blessing on that one.
Shout out to the homie Benji Cash, free Benji Cash, you know what I'm saying? Free my big broski. You feel me? And anybody else out there that got people locked down, man, free y'all people. You know what I'm saying? Everybody locked down, hold y'all head. You know what I mean? And hopefully when the time comes, you come out rehabilitated and ready to get it popping
Ready to
out here.
get
You
it
feel me?
in. You know
Yes,
what I
sir.
mean? A lot of money to be made.
So as you know, man, I sent you the text, right? And I told you about the fact that we are now in the monetization phase, you feel me? We got the member tiers, um, and the super chats and the what else we got, bro? The what they call them? Super thanks or something like that. But yeah, man, every tier is like a different price range, you know what I'm saying? And then they got different perks. So like really, if you try and tap in with us on a more personal level, like when we do the vlogs and ish, we gonna put them members only. You feel me? So you get that more, you feel me, behind the scenes vibe with the homies. We gonna do members live streams, you feel me? So that it's a more like engaged environment. You know what I mean? And everybody that wanna tap in with the lives is, we know they finna tap in because they tapped in.
Tap
You feel
in.
me? So tap in with us, man.
Yeah, we could toast to that for real.
And if you just, pulling up and supporting, that's cool too, man. Any type of support, free support is, I mean, shoot, it's support. So we definitely appreciate y'all. This is definitely a milestone. So we're gonna toast to that.
We're gonna toast to that, and if you got a drink in your hand, toast to you too.
You know what I'm saying? Salud. But on the topic of prison, ooh, that hit me. On the topic of prison and shit, There's a place called Prisneyland, bro.
Hold up, say that one more again.
It's called Prisneyland. And the idea of Prisneyland is, you know how like overseas they say they like prisons is like low key like a little more soft and shit. I think like damn bro, I don't really know the
Soft overseas? I
like
mean, you mean like Europe?
right, like how they
Okay,
have the nicer
that makes sense
accommodations and they
because
really about rehabilitating, whereas in America, like even before you guilty, like they just treat you like trash.
oh yeah,
They you know what I'm
guilty
saying? You
until
with the
proven
rats.
innocent.
You feel me? You
Absolutely.
just with the rats, you feel me? So this place called Prisneyland, I guess is like really based off of like rehabilitation, you know what I mean? And based off what they doing overseas. So
And they called it Prisneyland.
Prisneyland, bro.
Now,
It's somewhere in goddamn California. And hold up, man. We finna pull this up. Excuse me. Cause this is crazy. It's actually, I don't know, man. It's kind of dope, but I mean,
it's called
it's called
Prisneyland.
Prisneyland, bro. And what they saying is, some people think that it's a little too, it's not really prison, so it's a little too light. You feel
It's
me?
called Prisneyland.
That's what they nicknamed the place, man. We gonna get into this, man. Prisneyland. We gonna see what's good with it.
It's exactly what you would expect. Big fence, barbed wire, and of course, gun towers, like a prison postcard or something.
So it's about 9 o'clock in the morning. We're about 10 minutes away from going inside to Valley State Prison, supposedly one of the most progressive prisons in all of the country. The nickname is Prisneyland, although from the outside, it looks pretty standard, but we'll see what the inside looks like. Let's go. Thank you.
Right inside, not much difference.
This is the deadly high voltage electric fence, apparently. Obviously, don't want to touch this.
But the more you get to know Prisneyland, which officials say some locals refer to it as, you realize the first barriers coming down aren't actually physical.
And as we were talking, we don't really call them inmates here.
Incarcerated individuals.
Incarcerated individuals.
And that's where the differences between this prison and others around California just begin. Violence plagues our country's system of incarceration. When people get out, they have extreme difficulties finding a job. And while the data varies state by state, about half end up back in custody within a few years. All of that is why officials say the Golden State is trying to move in a new direction, starting a pilot program at 2 facilities with the goal to replicate the results in Scandinavia, where Norway says reforms over the last 2.5 decades have brought down the rate of reoffending within 2 years to only 20%, much lower than here in the U.S. They've also decreased the prison population significantly and have helped people reincorporate into society after they serve their time.
You have a key to your own cell.
Yeah, everybody have their own key.
Authorities here say the most important thing they're trying to change at Valley State Prison is how it feels.
This is the central courtyard.
Yeah.
I feel very peaceful just looking at it.
That's really nice.
Yeah.
Am I recording?
You're on, man.
Officials told us the only way to truly understand the reforms is by coming and experiencing them.
One of the principles of the California model is normalization, and the idea is we want to make the environment inside our institutions as normal as possible, with the goal of not releasing somebody who's institutionalized, but releasing citizens back to the community who have practiced normal pro-social behavior.
What about the argument that somebody might see this and say, well, isn't part of the goal punishment in some way? Why give them all of this nice stuff?
So I would say that people go to court to be punished. That's up to our judges and our juries. And when they come into our institutions, our goal is to basically help them become better citizens. So with that in mind, we are not in the punishment business. We're in the rehabilitative business.
I found it. Go to fat. All right, perfect.
A big part of that rehabilitation, a wide array of programs where the population learns a variety of coping and calming skills.
And she is a good horse.
Did you know you were going to be grooming horses in prison?
No, to be honest, I thought I'd be stuck in a cell, maybe a few rehabilitation groups, but it helps me, cope with, a lot of stresses I deal with, day to day here in prison.
The hope is that creating a more positive environment makes the men locked up here more willing to rehabilitate. Of the total incarcerated population of 3,000 here, the prison says 2,400 are enrolled in training or education programs, including high school and college.
This day is the first day of the rest of our lives. We can start our day at any time.
When you came in and you saw what this was, what was your impression?
I thought I was going to come to prison and get worse, but coming to prison actually saved my life.
Wow. Say it again.
Coming to prison saved my life.
Since they started running these programs in 2017, Valley State Prison says it's reduced violence compared to other peer facilities. According to reports from the California Department of Corrections and Rehabilitation, prisons across the state have seen between 15 and 32 homicides total each year between 2017 and 2021. At Valley State, 0. And only 1 recorded assault or battery against staff versus the hundreds at other facilities.
Get in the middle, you guys are going to circle me.
One of the most successful programs is dog training. Inmates working with puppies to become service dogs, eventually sent to help people across the country.
You know, for a long time, we were releasing citizens back into the community that had not improved their thought process. They had not rehabilitated from their behavior, and they go out and reoffend. And so when you start to introduce rehabilitative programs, when you start to introduce hope into this community, you really are transforming their thought process.
We followed a few of the dog trainers back to their cells. The doors lock from the outside, but they look a little more like something else.
Feels like a dorm.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. Did you expect that when you came in? So right now we are walking your dog past the pool table, back to your spot in prison. It's pretty wild. So is this like the dog wing? It almost feels like to a lot of people that might watch this that
They're too easy on us.
yes.
I would say no, because a lot of us worked our ways down.
Sure.
So I came from a higher level, and it took me 7 years to come down to this.
People that are going to see this and say, shouldn't prison be a punishment? In some way. It should be reformation too, but it should also be, it should suck, right?
Yeah, so-
This doesn't suck.
It does suck.
It does suck. Okay, tell me why.
It does suck, right? I don't get to hug my family. Would you rather want somebody coming out and getting reformed, or somebody coming in and getting out the same way they came in, or worse?
Steve Patterson, after taking us to prison land, is
So how you feel about that shit, man? How you feel about Prisonland?
I mean, the name speaks for itself.
What is sweet?
You know,
It's soft.
it's really childlike. You know, they put you in actually allowing you to have fun.
But is it fun, or is it just like he said, like homie said, it took him what 7 years to work down to this place to be able to, you know,
Have freedom.
it's really like prepare, because a lot of people come out of jail, right? Because okay, like my big brother, he'd have been in and out of the system since he was like 13, right? From juvie all the way up, Camp Hill, state prison, um, uh, Somerset, like all through the system, right? And I feel like they don't give him like I feel like if there was a more structured prison like that, you could come out with a trade or some shit and really like have a certain mindset, then like come out and then you expect it to just bounce back. But all you know is what you know. You feel me? Like there's a lot of institutionalized folk out there. You feel me? So I think it would be dope to see a different model, but at the same time, that ish is hella soft for real. But like you said, if you earn your way to it, you know what I mean? You can go in that joint and come out with a you know with a peace of mind and like ready for what you about to do. Because a lot of people come from that little cell and that little environment, and they get out in the world and they expect it to, you know, you feel me? Just bounce back. You know what I mean? Like I should have him on the show. He's going to be on the show. Shout out to my cousin Jazz. But like, yeah, like he going through a transition. He out here working and shit. I'm proud of him for real for like, you know what I'm saying, staying out here. You feel me? But Prisonland, bro. Prisonland seemed like it definitely looked like a college dorm or some ish. They had the pool table. Dude had the Oculus. Like, we ain't even got no Oculus up in here. They got an Oculus in that motherfucker.
Yeah, I think that's just the test. I don't think that's gonna work in other states.
But if you look at how they
You're not
was,
gonna
like,
get Prisonland in Texas.
Hell
I
no.
promise you that.
Nah, not in no states like that. You're not about to get no Prisony land.
No. Like, you're not getting
Yeah, man. But when I saw that, I was like, oh nah. Oh nah, we gotta tap in with this and see what's good. You feel
Yeah,
me?
because if you're a criminal, if I'm a criminal, I'm thinking, shit, I need to move to California. 'Cause even if worse come to worse and I get caught, I can go to prison land.
But it's not a guarantee you going to Prisony land.
And I'm not gonna say prison land is just all soft. You know what I mean?
I
They
think
they
it's
got the
just
they got the snipers. Like you can't run away.
it sucked to be
You
locked
gotta
up,
figure it
period.
out. You know
Like
what I'm
just to
saying? You
be
could probably escape, but you can't. They probably got it all figured out there. You know, they want you to just get comfortable with jail. You're in prison land. You petting animals.
well, really, they was training. Like that's a good service for real. You know what I'm saying? Put them to work, get them. You know what I'm saying? Training
Right.
little puppies and shit.
No,
You feel me?
I mean it'd be less snitches. Motherfuckers would just take the. All right, I'll just go to jail. I'll just go to prison.
I just go to Prisony land.
It'd be less
It sound
snitches,
crazy.
so you know.
Going to Prisony land is crazy, bro.
If prison land, lessens the snitches. Shout out to prison land.
Yo, hold up. The homie Country Wayne, yo, you know Country Wayne?
Yeah, I heard him.
Man, he done followed after Cat Williams and hopped on Shannon Sharp's podcast, bro.
Oh yeah.
And apparently he went off or whatever on Just Hilarious. You know what I'm saying? So we going tap in and
Who's just
see.
hilarious?
Just Hilarious is a female comedian and shit. And I guess I don't know what they beef is, but we about to find out because I'm like, why he snapping on her? Because I have no clue. You know what I'm saying? Let's
Right.
tap in with him.
Hilarious. I mean,
Yeah.
should I bring her name?
Oh, you can bring up whatever you want to bring.
I mean,
Yeah.
you want to talk about that?
No, man, listen, brother.
I just want to know because I don't look. I ain't messy.
Anything you want to talk to me about, I think this sofa is, ever since Cat Williams touched this sofa, the energy in this sofa, it make me want to talk about it.
I mean, I don't know if you heard, but she was on Cam Newton's show, and she said, y'all was in a relationship, and she had to wake you up one morning because it had gotten out that y'all were together. I mean, you want to lie. I mean, she told her side on his show, and you want to tell your
Jess, like I always told her, she never tells the 100% truth, and I let her do that.
Okay.
But I texted her the other day, I said, Jess, man, and I got kind of petty. I said, you got to get more going on in your career so they can start bringing up my name in your interview.
Wow.
Because when I come, Netflix special, his book, you know what I'm saying, this going on, that going on. We don't got to down each other. That's been 5 years ago.
Right.
If that's the main question in your interview, well, we got to put some work in.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Because when Country Wayne come, when I go on Good Morning America, we don't talk about so much before we got to that.
Exactly.
You feel me? I'm like, man, we don't have.
And I was comfortable not talking about it.
Exactly. And I'm like, you can't. It's not working in your favor.
Right.
People can pretend it, but they watching. They see Country Wayne is taking care of black people. Movement. Don't let the people fool you.
Right.
They ain't on your side. I'm like, it ain't working. So I was just like, man, a lot of that she talk about, I let it slide, but man, that stuff ain't play out like that, man. You know what I'm saying? I separated from my wife.
Right.
When it got Jess. You know what I'm saying? And that was it. I started talking to her.
Right.
And I got divorced. My divorce was 45 days.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
And me and her started talking. And then all the stuff she talking about on there, cause my baby mama hit me up. She was like, can you please ask Jess to stop talking about that? Because now the kids are hearing it at school because she keep bringing it up. And that's the only reason it made me hit her up.
Right.
I'm like, Jess, man, I ain't never said nothing negative about you, and everybody know that.
Right.
Let that ride.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But she want to be the winner. I'm like, Jess, just be real. Because Charlamagne asked one time, he said, how you lose Jess Larry? I said, how she lose Country Wayne? I'm the catch.
Right.
What you talking about? Like, let's be real. My baby mamas, they fine as I don't know what. Jess fine too.
Right.
But I've been had them. She ain't had no Country Wayne.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, man, let's stop that, man. First of all, it's two black people talking. If you can speak, just speak the truth. Cause this sofa, right here.
No, don't do that. Don't do that. Don't do that. Don't do that.
No, but I'm like, man.
But
nah.
she did say, you know, she woke you up.
No, that ain't. Come on, man.
That didn't happen like
That ain't
that.
happen like that. That not happen like that, man. That divorce went so fast. I filed in December. Me and my baby mom was divorced by February.
But at that point in time, when you had separated from your wife, you had started talking to Jess.
Yeah, I had started talking to Jess.
Okay.
Now, all this stuff came out in the shade room. A lot of that was after that.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And she say we woke up, and then she was like, cause I tell him all the time, his stuff corny. I'm like, why you gotta call my stuff corny? Because I got a different audience that follow me too.
Right.
You know what I mean? I got the streets in the church. Ain't too many artists got the streets in the church. You know what I mean?
Man, what I be seeing, what you be talking about, you be making on social media month, that ain't nothing corny about that.
Ain't nothing corny, but see, that's that mentality of people from a certain, it's like this world think this world corny, this world think this world corny. I think Martin was a good show and Big Bang Theory.
Right. Two different
Friends.
audiences.
Just because you think Friends corny, when they get the millionaire episode, you ain't gonna never grow artistically because you think only what you come from is good.
Right.
And that's the problem with everybody. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, bruh, you gonna call this corny just because I ain't cursing because I'm finna get this in-stream ad money? Well, y'all keep going on tour.
Yeah.
Got to keep catching while Wayne sit home in the bed, spending time with his kid. You know what I'm saying? Making this guapo. Once I seen that money in them skits, I was coming up with these scenarios I got in my head, and I'll just put them out. You know what I'm saying? I come up with ideas, you do this, you do this, you do this. Bam, we don't edit, we record it, cut off the action, cut off the cut, bam.
We there.
We done. I don't edit or nothing. I use my cell phone.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Damn.
Yeah.
So you got very little overhead when you shooting this.
The money go to the people instead of the equipment. That's how, because it cost me $250,000 a month to shoot these skits now.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Now,
but you shoot like 30 or 40.
Yeah, I know I drop 300 skits a month. That's got like 900 something skits a day. I mean, 99 skits a day.
Right.
Sometimes 10. Most time 10 to 12. Cause Phil got 2, Brad got 3, Mike got 3, that 8, then I got 2. So mainly 9 to 10 skits. Yep.
Let me ask you, your strategy, because you say you big on Facebook, and a lot of people, and I had to get out this way of thinking, like when you looked at Facebook, you think, okay, class reunion, family reunion.
That's why Jess called me corny, because she think that audience corny.
Mm-hmm.
But that's who got the money. See, they aiming at the wrong audience.
Right.
Because the aunties is one giving, the mamas giving you money.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? So that audience, it's the hardest audience to get. Because if Beyonce got a cake and Ashley got a cake, they gonna taste it. Whoever cake is better,
right?
They gonna buy.
Want to join Club Shay Shay? Become an official member by hitting that subscribe button.
What he was saying at the end is hella smart. Now, him and Just Hilarious, that's some crazy ish. That seemed like they was in a relationship, and then it's like, oh, she talking trash, and then like, you know what I'm saying? But what he was saying at the end, that's definitely hella smart to, like, you know what I'm saying, get his content to be, you know, more universal. You know what I'm saying, to say the least.
Right.
But Country Wayne, low key, is mad hilarious.
He is funny.
I ain't gonna hold you. He mad hilarious.
I didn't know he did about, what he said, 300 skits a day.
Yeah, that's crazy. That's crazy. I mean, sometimes I go crazy. I might, you know what I'm saying, just get in a content mood and just be dropping hella videos. Some of them I don't even drop. You know what I mean? I just be in that mood and just, you know, drop some of them hoes, and some of them I don't.
Right. You used to do that shit back in the day with songs.
Yeah, same shit.
Go ahead and do like 7 songs. I'm like, you just dropped 7 songs?
I do that shit now. I got shit in the vault. Yeah, I don't even be. But yeah, man, content is just, you know, one of them spaces where, like, you know, like he said, you gotta keep. You feel me? So I could see why, because you know, shit'll get dry after a while. That's why I said we about to do these vlogs. We about to step out. We already be, you know what I'm saying, doing dope shit when we out. Just like, you know, just vibing. It's already a dope vibe. Just us being us for real. So we gonna give them a little piece of that. You feel me? Outside of this space. You know what I mean? Dub be out here dunking on niggas. You stop. He be out here, LeBron James and niggas.
Something like,
He said something like, "Man, I ain't played ball in mad long." Actually, I'm lying. Me and my son was playing. I crossed the shit out of his ass. The Angels is there. I gotta get my win back up, bro. You know how long it's been since I was running up and down, like even running around. Period. Like
yeah, you gotta get your one back up,
you
man.
gotta be out there on the motherfucker. I need to hit a treadmill, my G.
Yep.
Like I'll be working out and shit, but other than
Yeah.
like jumping jacks and shit, the cardio game is trash.
Yeah. It's the winner, you know what I mean? If you don't got a membership, get yourself a membership.
I need to
Go
take
jog or
walks.
something.
All
Get a
this
treadmill.
open space out here. I need to take walks.
It's easy to
Something.
get
I be
lazy.
seeing the old people. They be walking past same time every day. Clockwork, bro. I'm like, damn,
Listen,
that's inspiring.
it was 15 degrees the other day.
Fam, still outside, bro.
The wind was blowing at 20 miles
Cheeks
an hour.
mad cold. Pause.
Cheeks,
Face cheeks. These
face,
motherfuckers.
everything
Freezing.
frozen, right? I see this old lady walking, power walking,
Word.
spandex pants, little life jacket on,
He
and
said,
a scarf, and
nah.
a scully, and some running shoes, and was pushing through the wind. Wind blowing her sideways, blowing her back the other way. She don't
That
give a
is
damn.
was
She
mad
was
strong.
pushing through the goddamn cold.
Yo, did you see how much snow they got in Buffalo, bro?
What was it? 20?
That ish looked like Snowmageddon for real. Like, what are you doing outside type
Yeah,
snow?
when you open your door and the snow is as tall as you,
Fam, it's like it's covering
you're
your
not.
windows and
Yeah.
ish on the first floor. Nah,
You
fam.
better hope you got some extra food.
That's crazy. But that's what they be going through. And I be like, damn, why do y'all live there? Man. But you gonna hold your town down. You already used to it. I guess. I mean, like, I think last year was the worst they got for real. Like ever. And that shit was bad. Fatalities and shit. That's the sad part. Like, even recently with this snow we just had, like, it was,
Yeah.
sad, bro. Cats getting
I got
hit
some
on.
cousins upstate too. Shout out to them.
Word.
Their name, Andrew, Ricky.
What sucks is like being on the highway and then driving into a storm like that. You know what I'm saying? Like, what can you do when you gotta keep pushing? That's my pops be driving tractor trailers and stuff, like, you know what I mean? He be doing loads every now and then. He retired, but he still like to get out there and do what he do. So I'll be worried about him sometimes. Like, damn, what's he? You know what I mean?
Yeah, upstate shit.
Bro, I remember one time, bro, he took me to New York and New York and Connecticut in the same day and back. Like we hit a little boom boom and came back. I was like, tired than a motherfucker too when I got back. Straight up. But yeah, man, moving along in the topic area, bro. I reviewed it earlier, or actually reacted to it earlier, bro. It's a homie by the name of D1, and he was talking about and he from New Orleans, right? He said that they tried him for the deal, bro. Like they tried to get him to do some sexual favors for the deal.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, bro. And then like he sound hella convicted too. Like, you know how like a motherfucker not lying type shit.
Mm-hmm.
Man, look, the homie D1, because I want you to see this, because it's just like, bro, the ish that goes on in the industry. Like, why is it so many, or why are there so many people that pop up with these stories about these, you know what I mean? Like, such and such try to touch me, and such try to do this, that, and the third. You feel me?
Because it's true.
He said, because it's true. Yeah, check this shit out right quick.
Do you feel like it's gatekeepers in hip hop?
Gatekeepers in the music industry.
Yeah.
Yeah, depending on what part of the industry you're trying to get access to, there's gatekeepers. So if you're trying to get signed to a major label, there's gatekeepers. If you're trying to get on certain media platforms to get interviewed, there's gatekeepers. If you're trying to get on the mainstream radio, you heard urban radio, there's gatekeepers. Yes. 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 I would say one last thing about gatekeepers. The only true gatekeeper to what's meant for you in this world is God and your level of integrity. That's the only two gatekeepers, because what's meant for you and what you want, that's two different things. And a lot of times people end up wanting things that ain't of God. And now if you want something that ain't of God, you got to go through gatekeepers. So I'd rather go through God than go through gatekeepers any day. So all these people, all the times that I have encountered these gatekeepers in the industry and I'm knowing I'm overqualified for something, but I got somebody telling me I'm not good enough, or I'm not enough for this, or I'm not paying enough for that, I had to learn through maturity that that wasn't of God. You feel me? And that's what you got to check. Do you have godly ambition, or do you have selfish ambition? And in this world, it's very easy to have selfish ambition, and that'll take you on a pathway to where you're going through all these gatekeepers who really ain't nobody in the big scheme of things. On the totem pole of people with integrity and people with morals, values, and principles, these gatekeepers ain't nobody. But in this perverted, sick, twisted industry, these gatekeepers do hold access to certain levels, you know. Bro, I've had gatekeepers in the music industry who have literally tried to hold a record deal behind their back and let me know, like, look, if you're a part of this homosexual act that I'm trying to take part in, you hear me? Yeah, come on, this door open real quick for you. Like, I got a song where I've talked about that before called The Devil's Playground. Like, this is real, dog. And the only way that type of stuff can work on you is if you let them have all the leverage to where you want what's behind that gate that bad. So that's a real thing. You also got people who, this is a different type of gatekeeper. The gatekeepers who will say, hey, you making too much righteous noise right now. If you just tone that righteousness down a little bit, then we'll allow you into these doors. But you got to tone that down. You got to become a little more vanilla, you heard me? A little more lukewarm, a little more bland, and you'll fit in with us more. So that's the slick gatekeeping. It ain't telling you, it ain't telling you to all the way, bend over or open your mouth or something like that. It ain't that, but it's telling you, like, dim your light. And what ends up happening is you got so many people that's like, well, that's not that bad. They not asking me to do nothing super crazy. I just got to dim my light. That's the scariest kind right there. Because a lot of people will be like, wait, I just got to turn it from level 10 to level 5? Man, bet. I could do that, bro. I bet. Now I get accepted? Cool. Next thing you know, you got a whole industry, brother, that's lukewarm. Whole industry lukewarm. So then when somebody that's on fire come along, they looking at it like, whoa, you crazy. Hold on. You shining too bright. Hold on. Chill out, man. You doing the most. You messing up. Man, stop, man.
Crazy, man. So I want to backtrack, right? Because I mean,
He said
we
that
definitely
backtrack.
got to backtrack, man. So you saying that somebody came up to you personally trying to get you involved into, some homosexual activity?
Me personally, I definitely dealt with that, brother. Like I said, I done rapped about it and everything. So I didn't want the deal that bad. Yeah.
So how did they react when you turned it down? Was they acting funny or?
Yeah. Well, you got that moment of truth. When you realize what's happening, you got that moment of truth where you're like, oh, shoot. Okay, what am I going to do? And that's not the first time in my life where I've had a moment of truth where I knew, like, my action right now can change the course of my entire life, So I knew what time of day it was, and I wasn't getting down with it. So when I was like, nah, like I'm good, This was at a music video shoot. So when I was like, nah, I'm cool, for the rest of the day, it was like, oh, no more attention from this person. You know what I'm saying? All of a sudden, this person ain't really willing to meet with you or talk to you or even like further the idea of talking about working with you. So once you see that you're getting that cold shoulder, or once I seen that I was getting that cold shoulder, I was like, well, I won't be getting signed today. You hear me? And you got to keep it moving. But man, it feel good, man. It feel good to be able to speak about that and be able to speak like to say like, oh, I preserved my manhood. Like it feel good. It feel real good. Like that's what you call a life defining moment.
Yeah, that's wild,
To
man.
say the
So when you
least,
track
right?
them down, what's they in their feelings? Like, what's they trying to block you from doing stuff? Like, yo, we're not gonna allow him to do this, or we're not gonna put him on this platform. He's not gonna host this. Like, what happened, yo?
I got you. You're asking me, is blackballing a real thing?
Yeah.
Yes, blackballing is a real thing. Some people in this industry definitely get mad enough at you if you have bruised their ego or if you have um, shown them that you don't need their approval to be successful, then they will definitely do what they can to try to blackball you. Yes, I don't doubt that people have attempted to blackball me. Absolutely. But if you don't feed me, if you don't provide my blessings to me, then you can't starve me. You can't deny my blessings to me. And once I truly double down on knowing that like God holds all the keys to whatever's meant for D1, that's when I really started just moving with a level of boldness that's like, yeah, I'm standing on this, you heard me? And you might try to have a vendetta against me or whatever, but I guarantee I'm gonna exceed anything that you could have did for me. And then I'm gonna look down at you. And you're gonna be like, oh shoot, how you got up there? Cause that's the only one I submit to is up there. You hear me? I know they got people that's trying to blackball me right now. Any way, shape,
Somebody
or
came
form that
at
they
him.
feel like they could. I absolutely know that, bro. I know it. And for a long time, it's been that way. It's been that way for over a decade. There was somebody in New Orleans who I knew for a fact, who worked in the industry, who was trying to blackball me because I wouldn't sign a deal with them. You know, right when they saw that I was about to get signed to a major label, try to blackball me, talk down to me, told me, oh, you ain't gonna never get to this certain level because you trying to do things your own way. Like, man, I done been through all this stuff. And you got to learn how to respond with love.
That's the part right there.
And not just love Jesus, but you got to learn how to love Judas as well. The people who don't rock with you, you got to be like, that's how dope and mature I am. I'm gonna still learn how to love you, but not allow you to, be a person that's in my way.
Fam, who you think that artist was is from New Orleans that had a label that tried to block him, was talking down on him? Like what labels?
I mean, Cash Money.
The first one that came to my mind, bro. I was like,
know?
Lil Wayne?
Yep.
Cash
Money,
Money?
Young Money.
Allegedly? Maybe?
Who else? Was it
Master P,
Master
but like
P's label? Yeah,
his
No
label
Limit.
kind of like ain't really been that.
Who had their own label off of Master P?
It wasn't really too much noise, like, but the one with the most noise that I could possibly see that big, I hate to say it, probably Weezy. Weezy and Breezy, Birdman, one of them,
Yeah, because he would be from that era.
and they sound just the goddamn same. You hear me? Yeah, bro.
Mm.
Craziness though.
Crazy in the
That
industry.
they came at him like that. I mean, hey, I was asked some very some things you don't ask a man. I was asked. And yeah, so I already know how it go down. And I'm the same way, bro. I don't want it that bad. You know what I'm saying? Some shit's just not. I ain't cool. I'm off that then.
Mm-hmm.
Is it? Hey, for me, bro. Ending it off, bro. The homie Suge Knight, man. You know it's a Wednesday. We gonna keep it smooth and sweet. The homie Suge Knight use Diddy as a human shield. They say.
Everyone's using Diddy. Will Smith is using Diddy as a human shield. Jamie Foxx is using Diddy as a human shield. It's crazy, man.
Yeah, bro. That's what I'm saying. Let's see what's good with this, but yeah. because Mark Curry been going crazy, and somebody was trying to tell me that this nigga name wasn't Mark Curry. I'm like, bro, yes it is, but I'm not finna
No,
comment
there's
back.
I was gonna say there's a
There's
Mark. There's
two of
I
them.
was gonna say it's
You know
another
what I'm
Mark
saying?
Curry who's a comedian. But
Yeah. I
no,
was like, man, somebody tell them. I'm hoping somebody tells them if you're watching this, there's another one.
there's two Mark Curry.
Straight like that.
You know, you really told a wild story, man. I also read about it in your book about the night that Big Jake was killed.
Yeah.
Can you kind of take me through it?
All right. Now, we got this club. Not we got this club. Some associates of mine have a club. They had a club. And so I worked the front door at the club all the time. I didn't work like it was my job. I worked because this is where I just like to be. I had the responsibility of checking IDs because it was a lot of, Atlanta was a college town. So around this time, a lot of the college kids that were underage wanted to come into the club. So I would check the IDs and everything at the front of the door. That's my job. So I'm at the job working one day, and we got this function going on for Jermaine Dupri. It's his birthday, September 23rd, 1995. And so I'm at the door. I see a limo. I see everybody in the club. Puff in the club. Wolf and them is in the club. Jermaine Dupri is in the club. Dallas Austin is in the club. Man, G is in the club. All the Rim Shop is in the club. So we there. And then so I saw when Suge pulled up, they pulled up in the limo. And then Jake got out and walked into the club. I let him in. Then he came back out. And then when he came back out, him and Suge came into the club together. So when I saw them coming into the club, I let them in. They walked in. So I'm still in the front of the club. So I walk inside the club after, things are slowing up outside. I walked in the club, and then I saw Jake on the right by the bar on the dance floor right there, and he was arguing with my friend's wife. And he was arguing, and she's from California, and she knew Jake and Suge from California because she came from the same kind of neighborhood as them in California, as in Compton. So he came in there, and Jake was like, "This is Bompton Pyru." He's talking to Puff security, Wolf. Wolf is talking to my friend's wife because at the club we had Bad Boy Fridays. So every Friday we would have a bad boy party, and the promoter was Wolf. So he was promoting these parties at the club. So Jake was saying to her, "Oh, you throwing all of these East Coast parties, all these bad boy parties, like you sucking these East Coast niggas." That was disrespectful. And when he said that, that was like a form of diss to my friend. So earlier that day when he came in and he went and did his rounds, and that's when my friend G saw everything that he saw, which is the slap where he said Jermaine Dupri, but I wasn't there to see that, witness myself. And even if I did see that, I wouldn't have liked the fact that he put his hands on Jermaine, because Jermaine is like one of the hometown favorites here. So it's not any form of disrespect when that story is there. It's a form of high respect because I didn't like it. And then so he had his words with Puff, and so we downstairs, and they come out this little room that they had upstairs. They went in and they was talking in this like a room that we used to have upstairs that they used to gamble in. And they went in there and they came outside of this room, and everything seemed like everything was all peace. And so they walked downstairs, and my guy is kind of like telling them, we got to get out. They got to leave the club. And when they were leaving the club, when they were arguing, I saw a guy that I knew. He was from New York, and he was at the bar. He finished his drink like this, and I already knew him. I knew him like very well, because every night when the club would close, he would come and knock on the door to buy like 3 bottles of Cristal. And this time, Cristal was like $195, $200 a bottle. So I would purposely stay at the club late night, so when he knocked, I could make that extra couple of $100 off of selling him some bottles. So when he left, and when he left, and Jake was coming out the club, and Suge was coming out the club, Puff was right there with Suge, and they were walking out, and then all of a sudden, you seen the guy who left from the bar from New York, he left, and then you seen him standing there, and he was shooting Jake. And I was standing right next to Jake, but being that I knew who the shooter was, I knew he wasn't gonna miss, and he was just close enough to handle what he was doing. So I sat there and I looked, and I was watching, and I saw him do it, and I saw him leave. But
what you said something
Said
about
I
in the
saw
book
him
you talked
leave.
about he was like
Word.
looking
Like
at
he ain't
Suge
see,
like your
he ain't
neck.
say
yeah,
I
he
seen
was
him run
looking.
away.
No, he was looking when
He
he
just
was
left. He
shooting
just
Jake.
left.
He was looking at Suge to say this should have been you, but he couldn't shoot Suge because Suge had grabbed Puff, and he had Puff in like a chokehold in front of him. So as the guy was shooting, he couldn't shoot Puff. I mean Suge, because he would have shot Puff.
So he was using Suge
That's
grabbed Puff and
cold.
was using him as a human shield.
Yes, in which there's so many different cases where you know about Suge using people as human shield. He'll use females as human shields.
He's
That's
raw.
just how Suge was. Anything pop off, he gonna grab anybody else around him and put him in front of. If he in a car, if y'all shoot the car, y'all gonna shoot girls first. That's just Suge using a human shield. So that night, he happened to grab Puff as a human shield, and so
what happens? Does he drags Puffy back into the club? What is Puffy
he went
saying?
back into the club. He went back in the club and he kept saying, "Damn, damn, damn." And then Puff was like, "It's gonna be all right." And he was like, "What you mean it's gonna be all right?" He said, "I know it's gonna be all right. You tell your mama it's gonna be all right. You tell your kids it's gonna be all right." And then it was an argument. And then he was like, "Puff, Suge, I ain't got nothing to do with that. Suge, I ain't got nothing to do with that." And true indeed, Puffy didn't have nothing to do with that. Jake had came in there tripping, and it was a lot of things that was going on between Jake and the people that he may have known, that he may have known them before they were in
Sound like
Atlanta,
street
however
ish.
it go. But after he escorted him out, then we were outside, and then Suge was like, he was yelling at Puff, and then at the end, Jake was dying, and so it was some guys that walked by and was like, they was like, "Damn." And they looked at everybody. They was like, they saw Jermaine Dupri. They saw everybody. Dallas. I don't know if Jermaine was still there, but they saw Dallas, Puff, and Suge. And they looked and they was like, "Every time I see y'all, I see death. The only thing I see is people around y'all dying all the time." And he said, "Y'all sitting here going back and forth talking about it's gonna be all right. It's gonna be all right. What about this man right here on the ground that's dying? When are y'all gonna get together and at least say a prayer for this man? He's dying." So then we grabbed hands and then we got into a prayer circle. And then a few days after that, Jake died in the hospital. That's how the story be. But that was before I was an artist on Bad Boy. That incident happened when I wasn't even signed to Bad. Puff didn't even, I don't even think he remembered that was me.
What's up? This is Cam Capone.
Wow.
Bull got deep with it right quick.
That's wild.
But it is true though. Like there's a lot of odd ish that doesn't happen around, you know what I'm saying? Bad Boy, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Puff. Crazy scenario, bro. Wow. Mark be coming with that heat though. Like he been on a spree. He was on Art Dialogue. Now he on Cam Capone. He been on a shoot. He was on Quote Goats. That's like one of the biggest Jones I had on this channel when I reacted to that John.
Mm-hmm.
Because he's talking about how Puff had the 6-year-old running out the studio naked, or allegedly. You feel me?
Hold up, a what?
No, an 11-year-old, not a 6-year-old. That's crazy. But I was like, wow.
That's just crazy.
You feel what I'm saying?
Like, what can you possibly do with an 11-year-old?
But a what?
An
11-year-old?
11-year-old,
Yeah, that's disturbing, bro.
disturbing, man.
Hella disturbing.
Niggas got daughters.
That shit is wild. But yo, man, Wednesday night, what you getting into, man, for the rest of the evening, my guy?
I think I'm gonna go to sleep. I think I'm gonna go to right to sleep too. I don't even think I'm gonna play around.
Oh shoot.
It's a long day.
Shoot, it's man, shoot. All this damn snow, bro. I'm sick of this shit. For real.
No, it's crazy.
That shit make you lazy, for real.
And then it's freezing, so 20 degrees all day.
Man. But yeah, man, this has been another segment, episode, you know what I'm saying? Straight Off the Ave, episode 7, man. Shout out to y'all for tuning in. If you tuned in, if you're catching this afterwards, shout out to you for making it this far.
Right.
If you made it this far, you ain't subscribed, go ahead and subscribe, god damn it, because we're gonna hit y'all with live content, you know what I'm
And
saying?
I got a shot.
Stream
right here.
content, you know what I'm saying?
Toast to all the people for episode 7 who tuned in. Much love.
And don't forget, membership blogs, man. Membership perks. You feel me? And we got the merch coming too, so stay tuned.
You heard?
We out, man.